Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of Australia, ladies and gentlemen of the whole wide world, and all those great and wonderful people, journalists and all the staff at Sky News Australia. I hope you're all having a great time, and I've been busy with the pencils again, and I've written a new one. This one's a bit of an epic. It's 6 pages, so just be patient with me while I attempt to recite it for you. The title is Our Murdered Democracy. So here we go. They murdered sweet democracy. They strangled her to death. She was strangled by bureaucracy. She just ran out of breath. They murdered dear democracy. Some said that it was rape. Others said bureaucracy and strangled with red tape. They murdered our democracy, and murder was their perk. They murdered true democracy with too much paperwork. They murdered true democracy. They just said she must go. Some said they said bureaucracy, and some said she's a hoe. They murdered our democracy, or said that's such a pity. They've murdered our democracy and left her in their city. They murdered our democracy, just left her there to die. They murdered sweet democracy, and paperwork imply. They murdered sweet democracy. She always told the truth. Just murdered true democracy. Her body there for proof. Just turn over. They murdered true democracy, knocked off for what she said. She used it was unconstitutional already. They murdered our democracy because it was the truth. They blamed it on bureaucracy. Her word, they said, the proof. They murdered sweet democracy, the truth from all concealed. The evidence unconstitutional revealed. They murdered our democracy, a crime of evil sin. They blamed it on bureaucracy, to elections illegal win. They murdered true democracy, her diary written proof. She wrote down there unconstitutional and swore it was the truth. They murdered sweet democracy, the truth for all should ply. Her truth was her democracy, and said that she must die. They murdered true democracy, the whole truth she would ply. She wrote their courts are all corrupt, the federal court and high. murdered true democracy, corrupted courts implied. The word she wrote, not democracy, their findings are a lie. They murdered our democracy. Illegal, findings said, or findings are illegal. And that's what all readers read. They murdered truth's democracy. The truth should always fly. Dictators are autocracy, and all their follies lie. They murdered our democracy. The truth for all they need. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing else, just please. They murdered our democracy. The truth for all suppress. Suppression orders evil. They hide all due process. They murdered sweet democracy. The crime denied the truth. They blamed it on bureaucracy, and cover-ups, they're the proof. They murdered true democracy and unconstitutional or red. All constituents barred from their high court, and democracy left for dead. They murdered our democracy. She was strangled in her bed. They blamed it on bureaucracy. They used red tape, he said. They'd murdered our democracy, a crime so black they read. They barred her from the High Court, and her evidence left for dead. Her death was not appealing. She's dead now, can't appeal. But her diary, truth revealing, that the High Court can't conceal. The evidence was binding. The findings said they'd lost. In her diary, truth reminding that our nation bore the cost. The whole truth was damning. The door on justice slammed. The whole truth so demanding. Due process had been jammed. The crime all said so evil. The pollies all in bed. No findings laid pure evil. And governments involved all red. Her entries rhyme and reason, but the crime not yet was solved. The poet wrote it's treason, and the door it just revolved. Democracy they had murdered. To deny, he said, the truth. To process, too, they murmured. And no findings gave more proof. the whole truth so demanding, they barred the truth that day. They put him in a psych ward and then said lost his way. They told him get the papers. The papers got and read. He wrote unscrupulous capers and bushfires, all, they said. George Bush invaded Iraq. John Howard to war commit. He thought, you evil bastard, and knew he was in the shit. The ward it called a taxi. They said that he could go. The driver of the taxi from the CIA, oh no. The driver of the taxi, he asked about John Howard. The ship he's in is Maxi. And he said John Howard's a coward. He told the taxi driver of John Howard's GST. He said that he's a liar, and the GST will see. The driver was from Texas, and so was President Bush. The questions asked perplexing, and my instincts told me shush. The Iraq War, the reason. John Howard to war commit. He thought it smells of treason. John Howard, a piece of shit. They barred me from the High Court, and the truth to tell resolved. But everything the law taught, the revolving door revolved. He said it was the governments, the states, all, and the Fed. The truth denied and covenants. And that's the truth he said. He said there's 7 governments, 1 federal and 6 states. We're all in bed together. In bed with all their mates. He said it smells of treason. Our national security breached. And now we'll know the reason. And out to all I've reached. They barred me from the High Court, and cover-ups they use. The whole truth tried to cover up that 7 governments abuse. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.